Welcome to One Book, One Review.
Hey guys, I'm here today to tell you about the Infernal Devices from Cassandra Clare. Let's start with the first book, Clockwork Angel. The story is set in London in 1878, and in the beginning we meet Will and Jem. They kill a demon and find a dead girl, and then we don't hear from them for quite a while. Instead we meet Tessa. She arrives from New York and London to meet her brother Nate, but he doesn't pick her up, and instead there are two women, the Dark Sisters, and they hold her captive for some weeks before she is rescued by Will and taken to the Institute, where Will lives with Jem and all the other shadow hunters. And yeah, that's where basically the adventure begins. That should be enough about the story. Let's look a little bit at the world. In 1878 London, we have the normal people, the mundanes, as everybody else calls them, and we have supernatural people. We have downworlders that are vampires and demons and warlocks and everybody that is not natural and mundane. And then we have the shadow hunters who are descendants of angels. And so they are there to hold up the law and protect the mundanes from the downworlders. That's basically it. I really like Clockwork Angel. The story is very captivating. I kind of forgot what the books were about when I bought them and I started reading it. So I was like wondering what were they about? But it didn't matter because I just enjoyed reading them. They just flowed. I couldn't put the book down. I really enjoyed reading about Tessa and Will and their interactions and the story, the thing that they were chasing after and the adventures. They were really captivating, well written, and I really enjoyed it. So Clockwork Angel was a lot of fun reading, and I really liked Will and Tessa as characters a lot. Another thing I liked in the book is the literature. Tessa is a very bookish girl, and she keeps quoting things, and Will and her are quoting things back and forth, and they just give you extra meaning with their quotes. And also, every chapter starts with like a quote from a poem or stories, and kind of makes you notice what you haven't read and makes you want to read more classic poems. Okay, so now to the second book, The Clockwork Prince. As I said, I really liked The Clockwork Angel. The story was fast paced. I couldn't put the book down. And with Clockwork Prince, I'm not completely finished yet. I think I still need 100 pages. But I wanted to talk about it because there's nothing happening. Seriously, when the story appears, it is good. It's captivating. It's just like in Clockwork Angel. But most of the time, we're stuck in a love triangle. I mean, seriously, it's so annoying. This book is exhausting because Tessa, in the first book, she was this smart and witty girl and she was funny. She could see through everything and everyone. She was built up to be this really cool character. And then she just stops being cool. She turns into the stupid, like, oh no, I don't know. I can't understand anything anymore. I don't know what they are doing. I'm so, I don't know. I can't even put it in words. I'm probably going to spoil the love triangle here now, but I mean, how can you spoil the love triangle? Let's be serious. So, in the first book, what I really enjoyed about it was the connection that Will and Tessa had from the beginning. They had this way of talking to each other, understanding each other, and Tessa, you could always see that she saw through Will's weirdness and his meanness, and yeah, he's not always nice, but she always could see that he wasn't serious about it. So you thought like there was a good understanding there. And in the second book, it's gone. Because something he did at the end of the last book, he just made her like, oh no, that was nothing. And she's just, no, he doesn't love me. Oh. And it's just so stupid because before she could see through every single one of his bluffs. So we go into the second book. We still know Will is overly in love with her because that is so obvious. Everyone knows that. The whole first book is built up to that. Even every other character knows that. And in the second book, she's just like, oh, he doesn't like me, and he's so mean, and why is he nice to me now? And then comes Jem. Jem, I don't understand. In the first book, I was wondering, what's with that character? He's so flat, there's nothing about him. It's just nothing to hold on to. He just seems to be there to give Tessa more information about Will. Because Will and Jem, they're like best friends. They are bound by some shadow hunter ritual to just be together and be connected, protect each other, and so they're closer than normal friends are. And so Jem, being the nice and understanding guy all the time, he's just so, starts to fall in love with Tessa, which wouldn't be a problem if Tessa wasn't stupidly deciding, oh, I ignore that there's this other girl who really likes Jem, which I know about, but he doesn't care about. And before that, she's always like, oh, this is improper. Don't do this. No. And then she falls head over heels into Jem's bed. I mean, come on, what is that all about? And then she's all like, he must not like me anymore because Jem can't look at her. And it's just so aggravating. This whole book is exhausting. Every scene with Jem and Tessa is driving me up the wall. It's just so annoying. The story is so slow. Nothing happens. And it's so unbelievable. Tessa is not the same Tessa that she was in the first book. Every time she's like the first book Tessa, she's interesting, smart, and a cool character again. But when she's not, she's just like, I'm a dumb girl. I don't know what to do. I like Will, but I like Jem. Kissing Will is like fire. Being with Jem is like hot, cool air. It's just, it's driving me nuts. So let's talk a little bit about love triangles. I don't know why they're there. But where do they come from? Definitely not from reality. I mean, seriously, girls, how often does it happen to you that you have one hot guy and another hot guy and they're all both terribly in love with you? And you can't decide, do I take that one or that one? I don't know. This usually doesn't happen. I mean, you're lucky if you have one hot guy liking you. And usually you have a not hot guy liking you and you want someone else. Maybe not so hot either. But it's really hard to find someone to like you that you like. And the chances that there are two really perfect guys liking you, not there. And usually you can decide which one of those you want. And you're not like 1 second, oh, I like this one. And the next second, oh, I like this one. No, that doesn't happen. It's not real. I really like the first book and the connection that was there between Will and Tessa because they drew strength from it. But now the love triangles just drain energy from everyone instead of using the energy and the power you can get from having a working relationship and having two people supporting each other. Why don't we write about that? Why do we get stories with girls stuck between two guys? And do we ever get stories about a guy stuck between two girls? Not really, because guys don't really worry about that. It's okay for them to screw around with two girls. That was me. I really liked the first book. The story, the characters, everything was great. The second book is rambling and love triangle, and this is driving me nuts. I have a hard time picking it up because it just makes me angry reading it, but I want to read it. And then I already know the book will not end on a good term with me because there is a third book coming out in March. And then we hopefully get an end to the story and we settle all the differences and blah, blah, blah. But why a love triangle? Seriously, this book was so good. The story was so captivating. Why? Okay, guys, tell me what you think about love triangles. I know quite a lot of you don't like them either because it makes the girls stupid. Girls are not like that stupid. We can tell if we like someone. Seriously. Most of the time. Thank you all for watching and tell me what you think in comments. Bye bye.